Welcome home, ScreenRanters. Now today, we're doing a bit of an unusual topic. A lot of celebrities have special physical features that help them bring in some cash in one way or another. When that's the case, getting insurance for those areas is a pretty good idea, which is exactly what we're looking at in the video. We have celebrities from the worlds of acting, music, dance, and sport, so expect a lot of body parts and the insane amounts of money that are covering them.
Some people are immune to good advice.
Let's get cracking. We kick off the list with probably the most famous derriere in the showbiz world. Jennifer Lopez's insurance amount is a bit of a weird one. There are numerous claims on how much the insurance is from the various publications. It goes from $21 million to a whopping $300 million. Lopez has claimed that it's all nonsense, many times. She states that she hasn't insured her gluteus maximus. After all, what sort of insurance company would take that policy? Quite a few, as it turns out. But she would say that, wouldn't she? Is it true? Or is this scuttlebutt about, well, her butt? Tom Jones is one of the most famous singers of all time. After all, he was in Mars Attacks. But with fame came eager fans. Jones tends to whip out his trademark chest hair as he performs. However, he was reportedly concerned with fans looking for a memento and then yanking some follicles from his exposed chest. Due to this, Jones decided to get a policy for his chesty locks. The policy comes to $7 million. So, if a fan plucks clean his chest jungle, at least Jones won't be losing any income. Celebrities and sponsorship is a match that happens over and over again. Gotta make those dollar bills, y'all. Now, it's something which Rihanna has dipped her toe into a few times. Riri took an advertising campaign with the shaving brand Gillette. As a result, they took out a policy on Rihanna's legs, all for a cool
$1 million.
So if she had a rainy day with her legs, then she had some money to help out. Definitely better than an umbrella. That was dreadful. The Oscar-winning actor Julia Roberts is a national icon. Roberts decided to get her most prominent feature covered by insurance, her smile. In particular, her teeth. She got coverage of $30 million. If Roberts were to fall over on set and chip a tooth, she would be getting a great payday, even if that meant her and Ed Helms would have something in common. Cristiano Ronaldo is considered one of the greatest footballers/soccer players of all time. In 2009, news came out that Ronaldo's club at the time, Real Madrid, had taken out a policy on their star player. The policy for his legs was for $117 million. Considering the millions in merchandise he brings in for his clubs, it's still just a drop in the ocean. Hannah Montana is next up on our list. Miley Cyrus is known for sticking her tongue out. She does it a lot. Apparently, she does this as she gets embarrassed by being the center of attention, so she plops her tongue out as a defense mechanism. With that ability, it's understandable that she would want to protect her prized asset. After all, it's now become a part of her brand. So with that in mind, she took insurance out on it for a delightful
$1 million.
Yeah, that's a joke that may crop up again. Or not. You'll have to wait and see. Apple pie, the stars and stripes, NASCAR. Is there anything more American than those? Well, maybe Bruce Springsteen. In order to protect his most valuable tool, his vocal cords, Springsteen took out some insurance in the 80s. The amount at the time was $6 million. Since we don't know the exact year that he took out this policy, let's just assume it was the same year Born in the USA came out, which was 1984. If we look at how much money that would be today, it would be a massive $15 million. Australian singer and actor Kylie Minogue is a much-loved icon. Even the dreadful Street Fighter film in 1994 couldn't wreck her career. In recent years, she's also been credited in the media for a particular aspect. There's no cute way to say it, so her tush. That's what we were attempting to delicately reference. Due to this, Minogue is reported to have taken steps to protect her behind. So much so that her policy is said to be worth $5 million. There are a lot of celebs protecting their posterior. Maybe we should look into doing the same. Fernando Alonso is considered one of the greatest Formula One drivers of all time. Alonso won the F1 World Championship twice. With that, it's understandable that the race teams that he was representing would want to cover their Spanish superstar. At the height of his career, a policy was created that amounted to $13 million. But what was covered? Was it for Alfonso's neck, hands, eyes? Nope, it was for his thumbs. Thumbs are an important aspect in racing after all. If he injured any of his thumbs back then, it would have been a disaster. Since 2006's Casino Royale, Daniel Craig's professional life has revolved around James Bond. His next outing as Bond in No Time to Die is said to be his last in the role. When Craig first took on the role, he wanted to do as many stunts as he could. He felt it was more authentic this way. With that, he needed to cover himself if something bad were to happen, so he took out some insurance. But not for a particular body part. Instead, he got it for his full bod, all for an impressive $9.5 million. Bette Davis is a legendary Hollywood actor. She was a prized performer at Warner Brothers, so much so that Davis had some insurance taken out for her, but only for one body part in particular. It was for her waist. If Davis put on any weight, Warner Brothers would get a nice payout. Apparently, they thought weight gain equaled loss in profit. Gross. At the time, the policy was said to be around $28,000. Let's assume this policy happened in 1936 after her first Oscar win in Dangerous. That would make the value of insurance roughly $500,000 today. Golden Globe winning actor America Ferrera rose to fame thanks to her role in Ugly Betty. In this series, she played the role of Betty who works in the fashion industry. But Betty lacked fashion when it comes to herself. She was known for having adult braces. Well, when the toothpaste brand Aquafresh needed a new face of the company, they looked to Ferrera. With the keen emphasis on teeth, Aquafresh took out an insurance policy on Ferrera's chompers. Altogether, it was worth $10 million. It brings a new definition to the saying $1 million smile. At the moment, you can see Taylor Swift as Bombalurina in Cats, but with the reaction to the film, probably best not to. Before that, Swift made her name as a musician. During that period, she decided to get some insurance to cover any problems on tour, but it was to cover only one area, Swift's legs, all for $26.5 million. With that cover, Swift can change from t-shorts to short skirts without a problem if she wanted. That's a reference to her song You Belong With Me, which we've listened to on repeat as we made this video. Yeah, we're cool, we know. Michael Flatley is the Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Dance. The Irish-American star made a career out of Irish dancing. He's put on performances all over the world. His feet moved at such speeds that at one point, he was in the Guinness World Records. With feet like that, it's only sensible that he would insure them. The policy cost consisted of around $52 million. Gene Simmons is the much-loved rocker from the band Kiss. The face-painted legends have inspired the world of rock since they rose to fame. With that in mind, it's a good idea that Simmons got some insurance, but it wasn't for his voice or hands. Instead, it was for his infamous tongue. The policy was worth
$1 million.
Yeah, there was one more use of the same joke. Rinse and repeat. That's how we do it here at ScreenRant. Kim Kardashian is a controversial celeb. Some people love her, some people not so much. With her rise to fame, Kardashian decided to get an asset insured. It's one that played a big role in the breaking the internet photos. You know what we're talking about. Her badonkadonk, all in order to protect her finances in case anything happened to her rup. She was insured for a policy of $21 million. This confirms it. Yo, we're getting ours insured now. Keith Richards played Jack Sparrow's dad in Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, he was also in one of the most iconic bands of all time, the Rolling Stones. Richards is often brought up whenever the greatest guitar players are mentioned. With that much pressure, if anything happened to those magic hands, both the Stones and Richards would be in trouble. So he took out some insurance to protect them. Rumors are that it mostly covers the middle finger on his left hand. Regardless, the policy comes to $1.6 million. Let's hope that this doesn't become a beast of burden for Richards. Country music legend Dolly Parton is well known for singing about working 9 to 5. So just as her iconic career was taken off in the 70s, she decided to protect herself financially. Nope, it's not her vocal cords that were covered. Instead, it was for her, puppies? all for the sum of $600,000. If we assume this happened in 1974, when the album Jolene was released, that would make Parton's coconut policy worth a little over $3.1 million. David Beckham helped turn football/soccer into a global brand. During the height of his fame around 2007, he received an insurance policy. After all, if the biggest name in the sport were injured, that would be a big loss of income for him and his team. So to help alleviate that stressful possibility, he would get insurance for his money-making legs, all for a nifty $70 million. According to rumors, Beckham would later extend the coverage for his whole body. We have no idea how much that would be. Comment below with your estimates. Mariah Carey is often thought of as one of the biggest divas of all time. While she made her name in music, she would also take a shot at acting. At one point, Carey was signed on to be the legs of Gillette. In order to protect their star, Gillette took out an insurance policy on her lower limbs for a startling $1 billion. Yeah, with a B. If we were Carey in that situation, we'd probably accidentally fall over a lot. And that's a wrap. There's a lot of alleged celeb body part insurance out on the internet. If we missed any, drop them down in the comments below. We'll then take a gander at what you put and ignore it. Kidding, maybe. If you watch the video, then give us a like. It helps us to keep on making videos. Plus, if you share the video to all your chums, it'll help us even more. It's appreciated. Finally, thanks for joining us today. Later, relator.